All right, good morning, everybody. We are live here. Current time is 8:24 a.m. January 19th, and we have a snow squall warning in effect for the very far northern part of Indiana for LaGrange and Elkhart counties. We'll dive into what this means here in just a few seconds. I'm going to get the stream set up fully here. Make sure we're going to be good to go. There we go. We are good to go. Perfect. Get this up and going here. Perfecto. Good morning, Nikki. All right, let's go ahead and dive into what we got going on here. So we have a snow squall warning in effect, as mentioned here, for LaGrange County, as well as parts of Elkhart County. This snow squall is moving to the east-northeast toward Angola and Jamestown area. In the meantime, though, the snow squall warning is in effect for life-threatening travel if you are out on the roads and highways this morning around this area. We see a very, very potent snow squall extending from about Butler, Indiana, back through about Hudson, over the I-69 corridor here, over LaGrange as well as Wildwood, heading up into Howe, Brighton, Ontario, Flint, Crooked Lake, Orland, Nevada Mills, Jamestown, Fremont, Clear Lake, Metz, Alvarado, Angola, and Russell's Point area. The text of the snow squall warning says a snow squall warning is in effect until 9 a.m. Eastern Time for northeastern Elkhart County as well as LaGrange County. And then if you live in Michigan, we have Cass County as well as southwestern St. Joseph County. It says at 8:19, so about 7 minutes ago, a dangerous snow squall was located along a line extending from Cassopolis to near Rome City, moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. The hazard is intense bursts of snow, gusty winds leading to blowing snow, and rapidly falling visibility with wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Interstate 80 between mile markers 99 and 120 are the most impacted with this event. Again, snow squall warnings are in effect here. If you are at home, typically snow squall warnings do not really affect those of you who are just sitting at your house, watching us here, but it is there for you guys who are on the roads or planning to be on the roads. That is why these warnings are issued from the National Weather Service. So when you are in these bands, it goes from literal clear conditions to pretty much a whiteout in a matter of seconds. And that is the main hazard here for those of you on the roads. So looking at the map here, we see 8090 being impacted here near the Twin Lakes, Scotts, and Vistula area. We have State Route 5. We also have State Route 9 here through LaGrange. Those are the major highways here. Also over here by 69, we do have Angola area about to be impacted by this snow squall as well. If I zoom out and I animate the radar for you guys to give you an idea of where this is heading, it is drifting north-northeast here over toward the Angola, Jamestown area. So we'll see if we get another extension of the snow squall warning for perhaps DeKalb and Steuben counties. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up TrafficWise here and see if I can't get any webcams or any type of visual on this area. The unfortunate part with this northern half of Indiana is there's not too many webcams, traffic cams up there. We do have a couple of our own webcams, one in the Goshen area, Mishawaka area. But that is, well to the west of this snow squall warning. My mom is a grain hauler who has to go from Bluffton to mid-Michigan. They should have just had her cancel her run. Yeah, Michigan's going to be most impacted today. They have a lot of lake effect snow expected today across the state. So, yeah, probably not a good idea to be on the roads traveling up there. Husband dealt with snow squalls this morning at 3 a.m. heading from West Lafayette area up to North Fort Wayne. Had to pull over several times. That is what snow squalls do to you. It is going to be impactful for a very localized area here in the state, but once you get into it, it is quite intense here. One thing I do want to touch on as well across most all of Indiana, we do have a cold weather advisory in this kind of grayish, greenish color on your screen here. Areas north of Columbus mainly, also down here toward Vincent's included with this cold weather advisory. The upcoming week is going to be very, very cold here. These advisories are in effect for wind chills as low as negative 15 or so below. If you're up further north, like Fort Wayne, Gary areas, you guys could be seeing as low as negative 20 below for your wind chills. And that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it looks to come a little bit later on in the week, which is kind of crazy. So if you are new here, we are live on IWN here as we have a snow squall warning in effect. Our policy does state that we do go live for snow squall warnings just because it is life-threatening to those on the roads. We're trying to reach as many people as possible by going live here and letting people know what's up. The good news, though, is this snow squall should be pretty short-lived here. We saw the last one we went live for. It drifted south into the state for almost 2.5 hours. This one's going to move out of the state here pretty quickly as it moves up toward the Angola area and into Michigan and Ohio. Looking at the webcams here on the TrafficWise map, I'm trying to see if I can't get any indication of what the inside of this band is actually looking like. And right now, no one snowplow or webcam has a good look on it. That I see, at least. Jasper County, Indiana right now feels like negative 19. Yeah, we're just going to start with the cold air, too. It's going to get a lot worse as we move into the week ahead. If you guys have questions or any concerns, let me know in chat here. I'll be reading chat all morning. Hopefully won't be live here too long, which we shouldn't be live. We have one or two more counties left to clear with the snow squall. It should be over. This band of snow is actually about to move out of the current snow squall warning area. So Steuben County, as well as perhaps very far northeastern DeKalb County, under the gun now. So Arctic, good name there, Arctic, Blakesley, Ohio, Eden, Ohio, Alvarado, Metz, York, Clear Lake, Fremont, Jamestown, Orland, Angola, Pleasant Lake, Russell's Point, all on deck here in Steuben County. In northern LaGrange County, the heavier, darker blues are the heavier snow. So Howe, Star Mill, Ontario, and Brighton area. 80-90 along the entirety in the counties of Steuben and LaGrange County will be impacted by the snow squall. Concerned about main roads in Fort Wayne. So right now there's no impact to you guys down here with this particular snow squall. The good news with you guys with the Fort Wayne is it's going to be very sporadic in nature with lake effect snow. You guys should be fine for right now down there. This is impacting the very far northeast corner of the state. What states are impacted with the cold? It's going to impact a lot of states. We zoom out here. Every county you see in this darker gray-green color from North Dakota all the way through Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, all the way over here to New York and Pittsburgh. We have a very large area of the Midwest and Great Lakes region under the gun for these cold weather advisories and the cold air incoming. It is quite intense what we have ahead of us starting today, and it might get worse as we move into the late week time frame with models kind of showing a little bit worse of conditions coming in later on Thursday, Friday time frame. Tried to go from Ashley to Angola at 7 a.m., but was basically a whiteout. I could not see anything but lights. What is the difference between squalls and whiteouts? Are they the same? They can be the same, Kylie. Snow squall warnings really indicate that, hey, conditions, especially on the roads, are deteriorating very quickly. And you can go from clear day, sunny skies to whiteout conditions in a matter of seconds. New snow squall warning now being issued here for Steuben as well as LaGrange County. Also includes parts of Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan as well. We have St. Joseph County, Hillsdale County, Branch County, and then, oh goodness, what county is this in Northwest Ohio? I forgot. Williams County. And under the gun here with this new snow squall warning. The text of it says, a snow squall warning is now in effect for Steuben, DeKalb, LaGrange, St. Joseph, Branch, Hillsdale, and Williams County until 9:30 a.m., so about 55 more minutes out. The text of this snow squall warning says at 8:33 a.m., a dangerous snow squall was located along a line extending from Constantine to 8 miles east of LaGrange to near Edgerton, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. The hazard is intense bursts of snow, gusty winds leading to blowing snow, and rapidly falling visibilities. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour as well. The source is radar indicated. The impact is travel will become difficult, potentially dangerous within minutes. Following highways are included. I-69 between mile markers 342 and 357. Interstate 80 between mile markers 117 and 156. And then if you're out of state, I-69 in Michigan between 1 and 7, and then I-80 in Ohio between 0 and 9. Caleb, can you hear me in the background there?
Yes, yep.
Perfect, okay. I got this pretty well handled, I think, but if you want to jump in, feel free.
I'm getting the warnings here posted.
Yeah, I got the first one on IWN at least, but unexpected this morning. Not expect this to happen. The Northern Indiana Weather Service office has been pretty good on issuing these for these intense bands of snow. So I'm not really surprised, but definitely did not expect it to be issued this morning. If you guys got questions, feel free to drop them in chat here. We'll be live for the remainder of the snow squall warning or until it moves out of the state here. So we'll be live for probably another 30, 45 minutes at least. Angola, I-69 here from about the Steubenville, Hudson area all the way up through Pleasant Lake, through Crooked Lake, Glen Eden, as well as Jamestown. And then I-80 through about the entirety of the Steuben and LaGrange County area are the main highways being impacted by this particular snow squall. I'm looking at the TrafficWise map here for snowplow cameras and webcams and stuff like that. I don't see any one snowplow that has a really good view at this. They're all just kind of snow-covered roads and moderate visibility. So nothing too intense that I'm seeing currently out there with our snowplows, but of course they're not technically directly in the center of this band either. There we go. So I'll zoom out here. I'll animate the radar once again for you guys. The darker blue colors indicating where the heavier snow is going to be falling. And right now, that's going to be along a line. Go ahead and pause it one more time here. Russell's Point, Pleasant Lake, all the way over here toward about Indian Hills. Brushy Prairie, Ontario, Howe, and Twin Lakes, all the way up into the state of Michigan, Constantine, and Cassopolis, Penn areas. Angola will be the biggest city on deck to be impacted here, as well as Howe. LaGrange, you are clear of the snow squall. Probably just some flurries going on there. Yep. How are things between Kendallville and Churubusco? If I zoom out here, you guys are pretty much clear down there. Maybe some snow showers, but there's really not much happening outside this one snow squall in the state. If I take a zoomed out look here, this is your radar across North Indiana. You're going to see a lot of alerts for cold weather. We also have some advisories up here for the Goshen South Bend area for lake effect snow throughout the day today. But otherwise, the radar, if I go down here to central Indiana, the radar is pretty much clear. Not much going on. So really, it's just this one particular, two actually, counties that are under the gun right now. 3 counties actually being impacted by the snow squall, although the DeKalb County, very extreme north and east corner here. Not too many of you guys in DeKalb County, but still technically 3 counties. Blowing but not snowing in southwest Fort Wayne. Winds are going to be pretty gusty next couple of hours here, so that's expected. The good news is we shouldn't see too much in the way of, well, depends on how you look at it, the good or bad news. If you want snow, bad news. If you don't want snow, the good news is if you don't want snow, the good news is we're not going to get that much today. Elkhart is in the clear from this. We do have some lake effect snow later on today as well with these snow squalls will probably come off Lake Michigan at times throughout the day today. So Elkhart, South Bend, LaPorte, Michigan City area. The counties up here in purple. These 3 counties right here. Those have the potential to accumulate snow here. And the advisory is in effect all day today. And accumulations could reach up to about 1 to 3 inches or so.
Yep. Highest totals, especially the toll road and north, as our lake effect bands are more east-west oriented. They're horizontal off Lake Michigan. We don't really expect one long consolidated band like we saw on Wednesday that went from Michigan all the way to Marion, Indiana, down in the Grant County area, seeing a half foot of snow. We're not expecting anything like that at all. But some light snow showers, especially for the LaPorte County, Elkhart County, St. Joseph County areas, especially north of the toll road today. As these lake effect snow showers come off Lake Michigan, definitely on the table today, but nothing as significant as what we saw on Wednesday.
Yeah, that snow squall on this past week I was live for. We were live for almost 3 hours straight as that thing drifted south into Indiana.
Yeah.
Today, most of those bands should stay to the north of us.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was there for a while. We actually had a webcam in Rensselaer that we watched the snow squall move in. It was like a sheet of just white cloud, or snow in this case. It went from a completely clear day, you could see for miles, and all of a sudden, within seconds, we were blinded by this snow squall. It was kind of intense. I-65 southbound of Crown Point, all lanes are closed. I have been seeing, since last night even, we had our chaser sending in content to us of road closures and accidents on icy roads across the very far northern Indiana areas, and that will likely continue here. Literally all day today across the 3 counties in the advisory. We have ongoing snow showers, so do expect there to be road conditions that do deteriorate at times throughout the day today, and be careful on the roads for sure. Brandon in chat says, been praying for a blizzard for a while now. Brandon, you're probably one of the very few in Indiana who pray for a blizzard. Although I will say it's been a while. It's been a while since we had a good actual snowstorm here in the state. Brandy is looking cold and a little gusty today, but otherwise you are good on the snow front. No snow expected for you guys. We got Steven in chat saying, did you know Ryan and Caleb have custom built alarm clocks that wake them up every time Indiana gets any type of warning? Good morning, Steven. Good morning.
Always watching.
I was in bed and I saw the alert come in. I'm like, not again. But we're here. We are here, and we are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Absolutely.
The answer to your question, Caleb, is yes at times. It's good for a little bit, and then it kind of freezes up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what's going on there.
It's all good. back to the snow squall warning here. How is being impacted right now, but it should be clear in a couple minutes. The good news with this snow squall is it is actually very, very narrow. If I were to measure this out, it's like maybe 3 miles in length, 3.5 miles in its width. So, again, you're going to go from completely clear conditions outside of the snow squall, and when you're in it, you're probably going to lose visibility quite rapidly here. And for some reason, I can't get this off the screen. Why? Let's try that. No. There we go. Perfect. So up here in Jamestown or Orland areas, probably clear. You can see for miles. But then down here in the Brighton and Howe, Ontario, and Flint areas, it's probably becoming a whiteout or close to it in that snow squall. Also, if you are traveling up today into the state of Michigan, we do have a couple counties up there just across the border with some major highways being impacted as well. I-69 up to about Coldwater should be on alert there. US 12 from Batavia through Bronson over here towards Sturgis, all the way through Constantine, up on 131 near Three Rivers, and also M60 through St. Joseph County, also being impacted by the snow squall, or will be impacted here in the future coming minutes. Again, if you live outside of this very far northeast corner of the state of Indiana, you guys don't have anything going on aside from the cold air coming in, as well as some lake effect snow for these three counties up here in very far northern Indiana. Those counties include LaPorte, St. Joseph, and Elkhart. And obviously the snow squall warning is in effect here for LaGrange and Steuben County as well. But all throughout the day-to-day, lake effect snow could impact very far northern corners of these counties. Elkhart, South Bend, New Carlisle, and Springfield areas do have potential for some lake effect snow throughout the day-to-day. Accumulation should be minor in nature. 1 to 3 inches or so is expected at most. Still checking out those snowplow cameras. I still don't see anything indicating that this is, I don't want to say a bad snow squall, but these snowplows are driving in and out of it just fine. I don't see anything with indicating that this is a very intense band. Honestly, I don't know if you're looking at that, Caleb, or not, but I don't see any.
Yeah, I have NDOT pulled up. It's hard to tell just because of how narrow the band is, but also the NDOT cameras don't update every minute. They are delayed on those cameras, so they could be by chance the camera doesn't update till they're out of it as well. Hard to say for sure. But we do have, or we did have an observed warning not too long ago for this snow squall, so I believe it might still be observed. Let me.
The last one with radar indicated that I saw come in.
Yeah.
Sources radar indicated.
Yeah, this is radar indicated. The last one was observed.
We also have a snow squall warning in effect for our friends over here in Toledo, Ohio. That's kind of a unusual sight from NWS Cleveland over here in the Ohio region. So if you have friends, family, or you yourself are watching in from over here in the Toledo metro area, snow squall warning in effect for you guys as well for another half hour, as it appears there is a snow squall down there in that region as well. In fact, there we go.
Yeah. Just a real condensed little squall moving into the Perrysburg area along the interchange of US 24 and the toll road there in 75. Very busy travel area there, so
they looks like
probably a good thing they put that out.
They just canceled the snow squall warning for Elkhart and LaGrange counties, the first one actually. It does continue for very far northeast LaGrange County here. The initial box that was issued has been dropped, though. The new one issued a few minutes ago continues. So that will continue for a couple more minutes, I have to imagine. Jamestown and Gola areas on deck for this. 8090 just to the east of Star Mill, heading up toward the Greenfield Mills area, will be impacted shortly. Fawn River, Sturgis area being impacted just across the border up there. Gilead, East Gilead, Kinderhook, Jamestown, Fremont, Nevada Mills, Lake James, Glen Eden, Crooked Lake, Panama, all being impacted here shortly. Zooming out, taking an animated look at how it's moving. There is the animated radar over the past couple of minutes. It's on an east-northeast track here. Angola is on deck for this, Jamestown as well.
And this is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour.
That puts it on trajectory to get out of the state here in about probably 20, 25 minutes or so. So once this exits the state, we'll hop out of here and we'll be posting forecasts throughout the day on our pages. We have a lot of cold air upcoming. Also, watching the end of the week for a potential system which could bring some snow chances, maybe some mixed precip as well. Right now, too much uncertainty with the storm track to really nail it down, but we'll have to keep an eye on the end of the week as well for perhaps a shot of some precipitation as well. Got some comments in here. How's it looking for Anderson, Indiana? I think I already answered that one. Windy and cold. No snow today for you guys expected. The entire state of Indiana, though, is going to be cold. If you see yourself in this gray-green box color here, across central and northern Indiana, that's a cold weather advisory. Wind chills between -15, -20 below are expected. And then that's going to continue throughout the week, much of the week upcoming here. And it could get worse late week as models are trying to hint at some really, probably some of the coldest air we've seen in several seasons incoming for the state of Indiana. So we'll keep a track on that as well. But otherwise,
Absolutely.
only snow potential today is up here across very far northern Indiana for our snow squall warning counties of Steuben and LaGrange, and then the winter weather advisory for St. Joseph, Elkhart, and LaPorte County, especially the northern halves of those counties, as we could have 1 to 3 inches of snow today off lake effect. Otherwise, anywhere else in the state, not seeing too much in the way of any snow chances today, so everyone should be a-okay with that.
Yep. Main travel impacts today, mainly isolated to the toll road. Toll road and areas north, I think, will have the most travel impacts here today. Isolated black ice and snow squalls here today from our lake effect snow coming off Lake Michigan. Back to our snow squall. It's getting ready to exit LaGrange County. How you guys are in the clear. Coming through Mongo right now, as well as Brighton and Brushy Prairie. Things are going to be brightening up for you here pretty soon. Greenfield Mills still on deck. Crooked Lake still on deck, as well, coming into Angola right now. I'm going to see rapidly deteriorating conditions. See some pretty heavy snowfall rates probably here for a few minutes, and then the sun will likely come back out once this is over. This is moving off to the north-northeast at 20 to 25 miles per hour. But LaGrange County about to be in the clear, just extreme northeast portions of the county for you. Steuben County still have a little bit to go yet as the snow squall is moving into Angola right now. So if you're traveling on I-69 or the toll road in these areas, make sure your headlights are on, increase following distance, and slow down if you need to as well. Visibility can drop pretty quick, especially on this pocket of the band here on the toll road, Ryan. A pretty, at least on reflectivity wise, showing a really dense area of snow on the toll road itself, just north of Brighton. Nice heavy burst of snow there within the squall.
Give me 1 second, Cal. I'll be right back.
No, you're good. The snow squall warning is in effect for another 38 minutes here for northeast Indiana. It does include far northeast portions of DeKalb County, although the snow squall has exited DeKalb County. And a little fun fact for you. For those of you who are not in the warning, you didn't know this probably, but for those of you that had the warning issued this morning, you likely heard that on your emergency NOAA weather radio, as well as your car radio. Snow squall warnings do alert on the emergency alert system. So you do hear the alert tones go off when snow squall warnings are issued. One of the few winter weather alerts that make the EAS system activated. Snow squall warnings are fairly new. We see a lot of comments, Ryan, a lot of times that is this a new term, or when did these start being used? And really, the NWS started implementing them in the last couple of years. So they're a fairly new warning that the National Weather Service is using. And they have a strict criteria for when they're being met as well. You really need visibility to be dropping near 1/4 of a mile, as well as wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour. And that's really what separates a snow squall from a snow shower. Snow squalls can be very dangerous, going from clear visibility to no visibility as well as heavy snowfall rates as well. They can put down snowfall rates of up to 2 inches per hour at times as well. So that quick coating of snow, lack of visibility as you're traveling at highway speed, driving into it, really makes snow squalls really dangerous as well for motorists, and that's why the snow squall warning was developed by the National Weather Service to give that heads up to motorists on the roads to help prevent pileups and such.
A good fun fact here, Caleb. They issued their first ever snow squall warning in 2018. So technically, been around for about 8 years now, which is a pretty
Yeah,
good long time. But we just saw our first couple ones in Indiana this year. So there's a reason that seems new. They've been around for 8 years, but the first ever ones issued in the state of Indiana happened this year.
yep.
Also, I want to take note as well with our current snow squall. I'm noticing a weakening, a thinning, and a little bit of a weakening trend with the snow squall. I would not be shocked if they were to cancel this warning early. We did have a very distinct band of heavy blue snow back here to the east, and as it has progressed back to the west, as it progressed eastward, it looks like it's losing its punch a little bit, so to speak. So we'll see what they do
Yeah,
with
a little
this.
bit.
We'll see what they do with this. I will say as well, we do have cameras up in Sturgis, Michigan. It's a little bit heavier up there, it shows, but that camera we have up there is quite intense with the visibility dropping. Looks like less than about a half mile or so. Definitely manageable conditions. Heavy snow, but it definitely does not appear to be that bad in the center of the snow squall.
Yeah, hopefully that trend continues here as this squall moves off to the east northeast at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Those of you on deck, Angola coming into you right now, Orland will be coming into you here in the next couple of minutes, and then Jamestown, Fremont, and Clear Lake here in Steuben County, all on deck for this snow squall. LaGrange County, really all that's left for you is Greenfield Mills, right along the toll road there in northeast LaGrange County. Just a few minutes of the snow squall before it exits LaGrange County entirely. See some questions in here. Will we be getting any more today around the Valparaiso area, northwest Indiana? Today, our winds are out of the west. They're more west to east, so we're going to see more lake effect snow bands, but they're going to be limited to primarily along the Indiana-Michigan border. Think toll road and north for the heaviest amounts here today, and that's because our bands are going to be due west, west to east. They're going to be horizontal today. They're not really going to be coming off Lake Michigan and coming to the south. They're going to be moving off to the east. So with that, that's going to limit our heaviest totals to the Indiana-Michigan line, and especially once you go north into Michigan along the 131 corridor, will we see those totals really escalate quite a bit. So to answer your question, yes, extreme portions of northern and northwest Indiana could see a few more snow showers or perhaps a snow squall or two later today, but I think it's going to be limited to the toll road in north for the most impacts here today across LaPorte, Elkhart County, and St. Joseph County. Those three counties in particular, I think, have the best chance of seeing some minor accumulations, 1 to 3 inches, primarily toll road in north. I think has the best chance of seeing those higher totals today. And the lake effect snow will start to taper down as we progress throughout the day here today as well. A few scattered showers possible tonight, and the lake effect snow should end by tomorrow. But we have another system coming mid to late week that could perhaps kick it up here again. More details on that later in the week.
Mike says, "Who broke the heater?" Well,
That's what I want to know. Who left the freezer door open?
it is winter, so we'll give it that. But yeah,
It is.
it's gonna get really cold here next couple of days.
Yeah, quite chilly for sure.
I have a feeling, Caleb, they're going to probably exit or cancel the snow squall here early. We're losing a lot of punch, a
Yeah,
lot of
LaGrange,
organization.
or not LaGrange, Steuben County in particular, is looking pretty unimpressive around the Angola area. I do have to keep in mind, not to speak on their behalf, we are getting a little bit further away from the radar in the Angola area versus where we are in LaGrange County. But even then, the cross section is a little more mediocre compared to what it was, especially in the LaGrange Elkhart areas where this band really intensified when the warning was first issued. Which is good. That's a good trend. We want to see a weakening trend with these squalls. We don't really want to see them intensify in any ways that can cause havoc on the roadways. So this is a trend hopefully we see continue.
Here's a look at a
But
snowplow that is in the heart of that. Now you can definitely tell visibility has dropped there, but you can still see about, I'd say, a quarter mile to a half mile in front of you, if not a little bit more than that, if I had to guess. Roads there, obviously snow covered and slick, but yes, they are. Plows are out in full force, and you can definitely tell there is reduced visibility in this snow squall, for sure. That plow was on 69 southbound, just south of Angola, so he's right about in the heart of it, right here. As Caleb said a few minutes ago, LaGrange County is about to be cleared from the snow squall. Most of Steuben County has to go through it yet. Here down here south, near the Russell's Point, Pleasant Lake, Wildwood, Westview areas, you guys are about to be all clear or are already all clear. This is moving to the east northeast here. So 8090 and also the north half of the county on I-69 all have this snow squall to get through. Animate this one more time for you guys. Let it roll through the last couple of minutes. We're going to see it moving to the east northeast here. Also noticing that weakening trend. We did some darker blues over here back toward LaGrange County is weakening into some of the lighter medium blues. So hopefully we are on a downtrend here. It's not as intense as it was, but still, as we saw on the snowplow cam just a few minutes ago, there is still a lot of, we'll call it moderate to heavy snow falling in these very localized snow bands. And as a result here, we do have a snow squall warning still in effect here for the Angola area.
yep, this snow squall is moving off to the northeast at 20 to 25 miles per hour.
So the main concern here is going to be 8090 through the entire county of Steuben. You guys have yet to be impacted, but it's bearing down on you here pretty soon. Got about 5 more miles before it reaches you guys in a lot of these spots. Also 69 north of Angola being impacted by this up into the Michigan state line area.
Yeah, Fremont, Jamestown here probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes for you guys for this snow squall here. It is moving fairly slow at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. So in the next 10 minutes or so for you guys, Clear Lake, about the same as well. If you're driving on the toll road out of Ohio, do be prepared for some slippery conditions. As we saw last night, some light snow caused very slippery conditions to develop along 8090 across Indiana. Some of that snow melted a little bit on the roadway and refroze, causing some black ice. So do watch out for any black ice here today. With our cold temperatures, it's also important to note that road salt loses its effectiveness in temperatures this cold. So do keep that in mind as well. The snow squall warning for IWX for LaGrange County and Steuben counties in effect for another 28 minutes here. The snow squall itself is exiting LaGrange County right now. It's in its last little location here, getting impacted. Greenfield Mills is the last municipality here in LaGrange County getting impacted right now, and then it will be out of the county. Steuben County, Angola, we'll see conditions lightening up here fairly soon. Flint, you're about out of it there. Orland, just now coming into you. Same with Panama and Crooked Lake, getting impacted by the snow squall right now. If you're on the southern end of Steuben County or 90% of LaGrange County, you guys are in the clear outside of extreme portions of northeast LaGrange County near Greenfield Mills. Just north of State Road 120 in LaGrange County, getting impacted by this snow squall.
Again, if you do not live up there in Steuben County or the very far northern halves of LaPorte, sorry, hold on, LaPorte, Elkhart, or LaGrange County, or St. Joseph County, should I say. Snow today for you guys will be hard to come by. So if you're going to ask about your location south of this area, like Fort Wayne or Indianapolis or Richmond or Vincennes, you guys are okay. There's no snow for you guys today. It's just going to be cold air and some wind over the next couple of days for you guys.
Yeah, there's a few light snow showers around Fort Wayne, Kendallville, Wells County, Adams County. I see on radar here, but beyond that, there's not really a whole lot in the way of accumulation expected today. A few flurries can't be ruled out just with how cold it is today. Any moisture in the air could cause some flurries, but nothing substantial. A lot of our cameras, though, Ryan, at least in Indiana, have a pretty nice sundog on them with the low clouds in the air today. Looking at our Fort Wayne camera, has a nice sundog on it.
So they just updated the snow squall warning here. They have trimmed it back ever so slightly. It continues for LaGrange and Steuben counties, and they've trimmed off the very far northeast corner of DeKalb County. I also, echoing what we just said, Caleb, I got a message from Rebecca here on IWN with a sundog, and I also saw in our chaser chat as well. We also have a couple pictures being sent into there as well. So, sundogs occur. Actually, it's a full 22 halo. Looks like.
The one in the chat, yeah, it is. They form through a process termed refraction. When it's really cold, especially in the wintertime, we have a lot of ice crystals suspended in the air. And depending on the size, shape, and density of those ice crystals, they act as a prism. When you have visible light going through a prism, it scatters the light into an array of visible colors, and that allows us to see halos in sundogs off the sun and even the moon. When we have a full moon or a bright moon, we can have a halo around it as well, all through a process of refraction. It's pretty cool how ice crystals act as a prism, scattering the light and dispersing it into visible colors. We can see a lot of things. It's actually pretty cool how that works. The snow squall is about 1 mile from exiting LaGrange County. Greenfield Mills, conditions should be improving for you momentarily. Same thing for Angola, should be improving here pretty quickly. Pleasant Lake, Indian Hills, Mongo in Brighton in LaGrange County, you guys are in the clear. DeKalb County, no longer in the snow squall warning, as Ryan has mentioned. They have trimmed that back. We're in the last about 5 miles or so left to go here in Indiana. It is still moving, looks like as the latest advisory, still moving north at about 20, or northeast at 20 miles per hour. If you have any friends in Northwest Ohio, it is impacting portions of extreme Northwest Ohio, just to the west of Montpelier. Moving towards the Columbia area, Berlin area, Northwest Ohio. Areas along the toll road about ready to be impacted from Jamestown, Indiana to Fremont to Columbia, Ohio. Indiana toll road, 8090. As well as I-69, coming up to the interchange of I-69 and I-90.
Checking out the plow cams here as well. Still not seeing too much in the way of anything indicating this is intense. I want to use the word intense here. I know snow squalls can be intense, but I'm not seeing that being indicated by the snowplow cameras at this time. It looks like just
at least the ones that are displaying, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No problem, Renee. Be safe out there. This snow squall warning is in effect for another 20 minutes or so. Expires at 9:30 a.m. unless they cancel it first, obviously. We'll be live here through the entirety of it, or until they cancel it, or it's moved out of the state of Indiana. My name is Ryan. Above me is Caleb. We are Indiana Weather Network as well as Indiana Weather Online. Current time is 9:09 a.m. Eastern, 8:09 a.m. Central. We have a lot of cold air coming this week. Maybe some snow chances mixed in throughout the week as well, but overall we're tracking. Today we have a couple snow showers up further north. Again, we have advisories, winter weather advisories in effect here for LaPorte County, as well as the counties of St. Joseph and Elkhart counties. 1 to 3 inches of snow expected, especially if you live in the northern half of those counties. We're seeing lake effect snow coming off Lake Michigan already this morning. This could at times drift south into those advisory areas. And as we saw, the first initial band here, so to speak, is there a snow squall that kind of drifted further inland to the east here. So that's why we're live currently, because snow squalls can and do cause life-threatening travel. And anything life-threatening, we are here for on IWN Live whenever we can be. So with that said, go ahead, Caleb.
I was going to say, on that note, snow squall warnings will trip the emergency alert system as well. They will go off on your NOAA weather radio, your car radio, as they are life-threatening in nature, kind of building on what Ryan said. One of the only winter weather alerts that will go off on the emergency alert system. You'll hear the tones on your radio.
Yeah, it's more so urgent. Think of snow squall warnings as like a severe warning in summer. You have a lot of statements that get issued, a lot of like these stronger storms, not quite severe storms. Think of those as like your winter storm warnings or advisories. But then snow squall warnings are kind of like the equivalent of a severe warning, where it's more urgent, it's more life threatening for those on the roads. Now, again, if you're watching from the comfort of your home, you're fine. You're not going to have any impacts from this besides some gusty winds and obviously the snow that comes with it. This is more so alerting people that are out and about on the roads within the snow squall because conditions will deteriorate very quickly and it will become life-threatening. This is what I call pile-up weather. You go from clear conditions to whiteout in split seconds, and all of a sudden people don't expect it. And then people slam the brakes on, the roads are slick, all of a sudden you have chain reaction, you have a 50-car pileup. This is the type of conditions that it happens in. That's also why we're live and do go live for these snow squall warnings.
Yep. Speaking of the snow squall, going back to it here, Orland, you are now in the clear. It has exited also Greenfield Mills, so no longer in LaGrange County. We'll likely see another trim back of this warning here, probably in the next few minutes or so. Crooked Lake, conditions should be improving for you pretty soon. Coming into the Jamestown area, probably in the next couple of minutes, getting very close to the interchange I-69, I-80-90. Fremont, probably in the next 5-10 minutes for you. Coming into Page as well. Angola should be seeing conditions improve over the next few minutes or so, but it has exited LaGrange County. And now primarily in Steuben County, Indiana, and for extreme portions of northeast Indiana.
Lisa, Elkhart County right now is outside the snow squall warning, and it won't be in it. But you could have some snow showers up there further north. Otherwise, you are clear for now.
Yeah, primarily north of US 20 for Elkhart County for the best chance of those lake effect snow showers here today. Extreme portions of northern Elkhart, St. Joseph, and LaPorte County for those lake effect snow bands coming off Lake Michigan. Highest amounts 1 to 3 inches, primarily along the toll road and north. Notice how our lake effect bands are moving more left to right today. They're not really coming down, besides our snow squall, coming down from the north into more extreme portions of northwest Indiana. They're primarily staying linear. They're moving from west to east along the toll road and north here today. But we do have that winter weather advisory in place for LaPorte County, Elkhart County, and St. Joseph County today for 1 to 3 inches of snow, primarily for the northern halves of those counties.
No problem, Lisa.
So if you are, So if you are traveling today, the toll road is probably going to be your highest impacted route, major artery today because of those lake effect snow showers. Traveling from west to east, they're going to travel along the highway here today.
We do have 80-90 Jamestown, Fremont, all the way down to the Ohio border, about to be impacted by what's left of this snow squall. So again, if you're out and about on the roads here through the northern half of Steuben County, this is about to impact you guys here. The good news though is once it does move through the end of this county, we'll be off of here, off air, because the snow squall will be completely moved out of the state, and there'll be no more threat here to travel.
Yep. In the wind associated with snow squalls also makes them dangerous as well. Winds to 35 miles per hour. Travel will become difficult and potentially dangerous within minutes. Think driving at highway speed, no issues, to then all of a sudden finding yourself in whiteout conditions is really what makes snow squalls very, very dangerous. Roadways become slippery very, very quickly. And as Ryan mentioned earlier, pileups is a concern with these. Snow squall warnings are specifically aimed at motorists on the road, as travel conditions can become very treacherous very, very quickly. Think of going blue skies to whiteout within minutes, if not seconds, in some places. But the good news is, at least with this particular squall, it is kind of weakening a little bit. I'm still seeing that trend, especially in Steuben County, Ryan.
Yeah. As you mentioned, though, there is a little bit of radar. The further you go away from the radars, the higher the beam shoots up. But also consider this as well, Caleb. Up here in Michigan, it has the exact same effect, and we're still seeing darker blues up here, but not so much as we go further east here.
Yep.
The radar height on the darkest part of the Three Rivers Nottawa area up there in Michigan, that's about 2,400 feet. Over here in Steuben County, it's about 2,800 feet. So it's not too big of a difference, about 500 feet or so between these locations. So it's not a huge difference at all. I'd be more inclined to say that it is weakening and be confident in saying that.
Yeah, I would agree.
But of course, we're not the officials here. Obviously, the Weather Service is. They issue the warnings, they cancel the warnings. So they're going to do what they see fit based on data that they have. So until they do cancel this or until it moves out, we'll be live here covering it, letting you guys know where it's heading. And right now, it's knocking on the doorstep of 8090 here by the Angola Motor Speedway. York, Page, Fremont, Clear Lake, Long Lake, Jamestown, and Ray areas. State Route 120, I-80 here, and then as well as State Route 827, the Marsh Lake, Westlands State Fish and Wildlife area. This map, I love this map. It has everything on it.
I agree.
Clear Lake there, Cedar Lake, Marsh State Fish and Wildlife area. That's also being impacted here shortly. Otherwise, we have about maybe 5 more miles to get through here before this squall has moved completely out of the state of Indiana. In fact, I'll go ahead and measure it out just because why not? About 6 miles to state line, and they'll be out of here. So that puts it about maybe 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, we should be clearing the state off this pretty quickly. So that is good news here. And again, the snow squall warning remains in effect for 13 more minutes. Well timed out here by the Weather Service. We'll see if they cancel it early. There's potential that they could cancel it early based on what we see on radar, but I kind of doubt they would at this point. They might trim it back just a bit, though. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if they keep it going for the squall portion in Michigan. I think Bronson coming into the Nottawa area.
Yeah. Up here in Michigan, if you're traveling across state lines today, US 12 here from Coldwater to Bronson is being impacted. M86, M60 as well as 131 US 12. Oh, there we go. They just okay. They trimmed it back.
Yep. So LaGrange County is no longer in the snow squall warning. They have allowed it to cancel for you. Continues for Steuben County, portions of northeast Steuben County in the snow squall warning for another 12 minutes here. Angola, you guys are in the clear now. Those of you still yet to go, probably coming into Jamestown right now. Fremont, probably in the next minute or so. Clear Lake, give it about 5-10 minutes for you, as well as Page and York coming into your location right now. The snow squall is simultaneously coming into the toll road here across all of Steuben County. Be moving over right now across the toll road. There's the latest scan. Heaviest part is over the toll road right now. Jamestown, you're in it. Fremont, you're right on the edge. Crooked Lake, Panama, Orland, Angola, and points southward, you guys are in the clear. Same thing for Alvarado, you guys are in the clear, as well as Metz. now it is just primarily extreme portions of northeast Bend County, northeast Indiana for this snow squall, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Current time 9:19 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time.
Rusty in chat
Wind
here
gusts up to
says
35 miles per hour as well.
Jamestown's getting hit hard now, and that matches up with radar here. You were in the
Yep.
darker blues there, so Jamestown just got into that little band of snow here. So if you are in Jamestown, Rusty, let us know what you're seeing. What is visibility dropping to? How hard is it snowing? How are the winds? Let us know. We don't have any chasers or cameras up here besides the INDOT, should I say, traffic-wise map. There's a couple plows up there near the Jamestown area, but nothing here that really indicates that the intensity of this is quite high.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what your winds are doing as well, Rusty,
Mm-hmm.
with this as well.
Fremont area also on deck here. This snow band is about to move over you as well. Page, York, you're on deck. Clear Lake, got a few minutes up there. Long Lake as well, and Ray. A few minutes before it gets to you guys. But again, Fremont, Page, and York areas on deck here. Next couple of minutes, expect snow to pick up here. And obviously Jamestown here, over the 8090 toll road here through all of Steuben County is being impacted right now. Good news over here, very far north and west Steuben County by the Michigan state line. You guys are now clear of that snow squall over here by the Orland area. Again, zooming out here, there's no other snow squall in the state currently. Some snow showers over here, potentially by South Bend, Elkhart, LaPorte areas. Otherwise, there's really nothing else going on. Maybe some snow showers down the Fort Wayne area that we can't see on radar. But otherwise, this is the only concerning area here in the state currently up here in Steuben County.
Just a few miles to go here before the snow squall exits Indiana. Coming into the impacting Jamestown right now, the I-69 toll road interchange there in Steuben County impacting you guys right now. Fremont coming into you probably right now, as well as Page, York, and Gola Motor Speedway getting impacted right now. Areas to go include Clear Lake, Fremont, Ray, and Long Lake. Those areas are left to go here in Steuben County. About 5 miles to go here before we're out of Indiana. It is moving northeast at 20 miles per hour, impacting Jamestown, State Road 120, 827, and the toll road, as well as I-69. Those of you in the clear include Panama, Orland, Crooked Lake, Otsego Center, Alvarado, Metz, US 20, and South. You guys are in the clear from this snow squall warning. Primarily now just extreme portions of northeast Indiana and extreme portions of Steuben County still have yet to go with this snow squall.
The warning in effect for 8 more minutes. Ends at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Current time 9:22.
Probably seeing some reduced visibility on 8090 at this point in time on the toll road. Watch for slick spots, black ice associated with this, as well as some blowing snow as well. Winds behind this are still gusty here this morning. But the good news is our strongest winds are expected here this morning, and then after about noon, lunchtime, they'll slowly start to taper off here today across the state of Indiana, with the strongest gusts across northern Indiana. Looks like the strongest portion of the squall has now pushed past the toll road, moving into Fremont right now. Jamestown should be seeing conditions improve here, as well as the toll road. Still likely some slick spots on the toll road and some light snow, heaviest snow moving into Fremont, Indiana, northeast Indiana, Steuben County. State Road 827 and 120 getting impacted right now. Looks like Cedar Lake Marsh State Fish and Wildlife Area getting impacted right now as well as moving into the Page and York areas in Gola Motor Speedway included in that. About 4 miles to go here before it exits Indiana.
Rusty and chat here saying wind picking up now, still about a quarter-mile visibility in the Lake George area.
Thank you for that.
Lake George is right here, just north of Jamestown, on the Michigan-Indiana border.
Still in the thick of it there. The good news is, though, Ryan, this snow squall itself is not very wide. It's only about 2 to 3 miles wide.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
So the impacts we see are pretty short-lived in duration, which is good. But intense bursts of heavy snow, gusty winds are expected within this line. Can be treacherous for motorists on the road as well. This is our only snow squall warning in effect. Looks like Cleveland issued an additional snow squall warning.
Yeah, for our friends.
For our friends
here.
in northern Ohio.
Yeah, for
near the Port Clinton area, Oak Harbor.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody traveling over there or knows anybody traveling in the Ohio Oak Harbor region? Snow squall warning in effect there as well. It was over here toward Toledo. Now it's kind of drifting to the southeast there. So it is a snow squall morning apparently across multiple states here. Good news with ours though is we are about to be exiting and dropping the snow squall warning about 5 minutes. So
what's interesting, Ryan, is if you look at sorry to draw your attention. Do you have our cameras pulled up? Look at our Rensselaer camera right now and look at radar.
I see it. Kind of crazy, ain't it?
It is. I
think that makes sense.
I don't know if we can.
I wonder if that's fog.
I don't think it is, because look at K-Lot. You can actually see some scattered snow showers on K-Lot's radar, closer to the radar. I just think it's shallow.
Huh.
Anyway, sorry. We have weather cameras that we have pulled up behind the scenes, and I was looking at a snow shower in northwest Indiana outside Rensselaer, and it just caught my eye as kind of an eyebrow moment, just with the drop in visibility. Back to our snow squall warning, though, not to draw attention away from that. Extreme portions of northeast Steuben County currently. The heaviest portion of the snow squall is moving north and east of the toll road. Toll road's still being affected right now as per radar. Conditions should be improving, though, in the next 5-10 minutes, though. On the toll road, do watch for slick spots. Road salt does lose its effectiveness when ambient temperature drops below 15 degrees Fahrenheit. We are well below that here this morning. So road salt is slow to cause any melting on the roadways. So do be mindful of that. Watch for slick spots, black ice, and as well as blowing and drifting snow.
Caleb, they're going to let this expire here in 2.5 minutes, so we are clear to hop out of here.
Okay.
So once the 9:30 rolls around here, the Weather Service will let this snow squall warning expire. And as it does expire, it'll be moving out of the state here into Michigan and in Ohio as well. And we'll be clear of the snow squall completely here. Areas left to be impacted will be Clear Lake and Long Lake areas as well as Ray. And besides that, Fremont being impacted right now as well as Page and York. Those areas should be clearing this in a few minutes. Otherwise, we are going to hop out of here in about maybe 2 minutes or so as the snow squall is about to exit into the Michigan region.
For the remainder of the day here today, really the best chances for snow exist in northern Indiana. A few light snow showers possible, with heaviest totals along the Indiana-Michigan toll road in the border there. Think LaPorte County, Elkhart County, as well as St. Joseph County. Highest totals right where Ryan is outlining there. Think north of the Rolling Prairie, New Carlisle, South Bend, Elkhart itself, and points northward. where our lake effect snow bands are moving from west to east off of Lake Michigan. We don't expect those to drift too far south into Indiana. Primarily impacted those three counties there for lake effect snow here today, an additional 1 to 3 inches possible there along the Indiana-Michigan border. Higher totals as you go north into Michigan.
If you do have travel plans up in Michigan today, the west side of Michigan is about to be hammered, is being hammered by a lot of wind and a lot of snow here. So if you have plans, especially along the 131 corridor from Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo area, plan for very slick travel as well as blinding visibility and some of these snow squalls up there. Lake effect snow will continue for our friends to the north throughout the day today and even into tomorrow as well. Luckily, not going to see too much of that down here.
No, but I do have an expired tag on the warning now.
Yep. It'll drop off here in about 20 seconds. With that being said, would like to think English is hard today. Would like to thank you guys for tuning in and watching us here this morning. We're going to roll out here, and we'll be monitoring conditions behind the scenes today. Stay tuned to forecast later on this afternoon for the upcoming week as well. We got a lot of stuff going on this week in terms of cold weather and perhaps some snow or some precip of some type late this week into early next week. So other than that, we're going to hop out of here at this point. Snow squall warning will remain in effect for another, it's actually expired now, replaced with a statement. We'll go ahead and read the statement off here. It is going to be in effect for LaGrange, Noble, DeKalb, and Steuben counties. It says a band of snow showers will continue to lift northeast. I don't understand this actually. Oh, okay. They're basically putting it in effect here for blowing snow. Basically, they're saying that there's enough snow on the ground that it could cause blowing conditions across these top 4 counties here in Indiana here. So be alert in these counties for some blowing snow, perhaps some reduced visibility as the snow on the ground already fallen is going to blow around a little bit. With that being said, Caleb, anything you want to add to this before I roll the outro?
I don't think so. I think you hit the nail on the coffin there. If you are traveling today, most travel impacts northern Indiana, where a special weather statement has been issued, as well as along the Indiana-Michigan border and points northward where the lake effect snow is ongoing. Elsewhere across the state here today, can't rule out a stray snow shower or flurry today, but accumulation-wise will be limited to the Indiana-Michigan border, a few miles south of the border possible as well, 1 to 3 inches for LaPorte. St. Joseph County and Elkhart County today, primarily along the toll road. If you're traveling northward today into Michigan, stay weather aware, as 131 corridor could be quite dicey today with heavy winds, whiteout conditions expected up there along western Michigan here today. Outside of that, stay warm and pay attention to forecasts that will issue later today and throughout the week.
All right. With that said, we're going to roll the outro. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys later if need be. Enjoy your day. Stay safe.